Welcome to the Cosmetic Podcast.
This podcast amplifies the topics you want to hear about.
Cosmetic means being a person or thing that gives rise to something that is dynamic or energizing.
Globally minded and locally focused.
I'm Rodrigo Ross.
I'm Keith Benson.
So today our topic is you do what? Weird habits and superstitions.
Very superstitious. Writings on the wall. Very superstitious. Ladders about to fall. 13-month-old baby broke the looking glass. 7 years of bad luck. The good things in the past. When you believe in things that you don't understand, then you suffer. Superstition ain't the way.
You are no Stevie Wonder.
Well,
wow.
I was gonna try to break it down. Very super.
I'm so glad you didn't.
Okay.
We're moving on. Although when you were saying it, I did hear the music in my head,
Okay.
so that helped you. But you should not quit your day job. You should not.
I'm good doing what I'm doing right now.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Leave this to Stevie.
So Stevie wasn't all about the superstitions, but there's some things that. So check this one out. We all heard about black cats crossing your path, right? So, sometimes, it's enough to make you think every time. I don't know, for me at least, every time I see a black cat, I just wonder, I just try to make sure that he's not coming in front of me.
So you around here crossing streets and jumping over things to avoid cats?
So this superstition is any belief or practice that consider irrational or supernatural. So in the NFL, okay, some of you all Cowboy fans may remember, and the Giants fans, you may remember the black cat came onto the field.
Okay.
All right. And so after that, up until week 13, all teams that had a cat name combined for a 0-12 record.
So they think it was because of that one little cat, not the fact that they probably weren't that good.
Hey, I'm just stating the facts. That's all.
Wow. Yeah, I get it. My mother is really superstitious. So she has this thing that on New Year's at the stroke of midnight, it has to be a man who either calls your house or knocks on your door, the first one to come to, because that's going to bring good luck for the entire year. So one year when I first moved to Texas, and she still, all of my family still lives in New York, stroke of midnight, I call my mother. She answers the phone. I'm like, Happy New Year, Mom. She hung up on me. Like, how dare you? I had to get my husband to call back. And then she would talk to me. And for the beginning of the year, I got reamed because she said, you know better. You know you're not supposed. I was like, Mom, are you serious right now? Like, where did you even get that from?
So does she have black eyed peas on New Year's Day?
We have black eyed peas on New Year's. We do. Now that I enjoy that superstition. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a fan of that superstition. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So another thing is when you break a mirror, right? Like 7 years of bad luck. So I remember as a child, there was this little hand mirror and I broke it and I crumbled. I'm in the corner, hysterical. I'm gonna have 7 years of bad luck. I just can't take it. I mean, I'm just thinking all the terrible things that could happen to a human being is going to happen to me because I broke this mirror. And now that I look back, I don't really remember anything in that 7 years that was that traumatizing because I broke that mirror. I'm not going to break one now. I'm not going to try my luck. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, we all may not believe it all full force, but there's enough of it in us that, let me think about. So what about this bad luck comes in threes?
I kind of believe it. Like every time you hear about someone passing, I feel like you always hear about two more people. Yeah. I kind of believe that, like death comes in threes.
Yeah, like in December 2006, there was James Brown, Gerald Ford, and then they caught Saddam Hussein.
Wow, see, threes.
And then back in June 2009, Michael Jackson, Farrah Fawcett, Ed McMahon.
See, it's true. I think I believe that one. Like, I think that superstition, there's something to it. Or maybe there was more people, we just stopped listening after the three. I don't know.
Well, it's so bad now that even Vegas has got in on this.
How would Vegas get in on?
They start death pools.
What in the world is
so
a
guess
death?
who will be the third person?
Okay, so when 2 people die, you can make a bet in Vegas and win money about who that third person is gonna be. Oh, that's so morbid.
Yeah,
that's so terrible.
I think so. Also.
Oh my God. So what about this whole thing of weird habits, right? Because that's another like idiosyncrasy that human beings have. So I'm gonna tell you this.
Okay.
This is my thing. I cannot eat mac and cheese without barbecue sauce. Like I have to, whatever I'm eating it with has to have barbecue sauce on it. And if it doesn't, then I'm going to put like a little squirt of it with the
barbecue sauce or hot sauce?
Barbecue sauce. It does something. Oh, it's so delicious. I don't know.
I can understand that though.
It's a weird habit.
I can understand that.
If I don't have any barbecue sauce and there's macaroni and cheese, I'm like, I'll pass. I don't want any macaroni.
So now I know that you carry a large purse.
Well, I do.
Is there a sampling of barbecue sauce in there as well?
There is not. Stay out my purse. And if there was, I wasn't gonna tell you.
Oh, okay. Well, I will stay out. I have a colleague that I work with, and she's ketchup.
Oh yeah,
and not just any. Now, with your barbecue sauce, is it any barbecue sauce?
No, it has to be honey barbecue sauce.
Honey barbecue sauce.
Some brand, but it has to be the honey barbecue sauce.
Yeah. My colleague, she's a Heinz ketchup.
Oh, it can't be any kind of ketchup but Heinz.
But Heinz. All the rest of that, And regardless what it is, if it's macaroni and cheese, if it's catfish, if it's green beans, she has to have ketchup.
Wow.
On her food.
Wow. What's one of your weird habits? Oh, I know you have some, so don't act like.
So when I'm eating, if there's a good quality meal, depending on what tastes the best on the plate, I like for that to be my last bite.
What?
And so, because I like to have that flavor just settle in there, because it's in my mind, it's like this is going to be my last meal.
What?
And
like you're on a Green Mile or something?
If I'm gonna go out, I'm going out with this particular taste in my mouth. So
you in here working plate combinations to ensure that thing is your last bite.
And I'm cutting it up in proportions.
Wow.
Yeah. So I don't try to I try to chew in small bites. And so, but as I am dissecting my food, you have your meat, your vegetable, and your starch up there. And that even may be the roll also. So the roll adds into there too.
So the roll could be your favorite?
Yes.
Oh, and that has to be the last bite?
It all depends on which one that I'm feeling that has the most taste.
Why haven't I ever noticed that? Like, I'm going to be looking for that now.
Okay.
Next time we go out to eat, I'm going to be staring you down like, what was his favorite? What was his last bite?
Now, one of my habits is, one of the things that I have in my rider for doing this podcast is water.
We don't have riders. He's just high maintenance.
I can't just have water. So when I go out to restaurants, and I'm not sure why these waiters and waitresses, they get confused.
Because it's so unnecessary.
Here's my order.
It's so unnecessary.
What would you like to drink? I would like a glass of ice water with lemon. And then I say, and also, to me, that means that here's the second part to this.
In addition to.
Right. May I have a glass of just ice water? And I often get paused and say, excuse me, what'd you say?
Because they can hear you. It just doesn't make any sense. You want ice water and a glass of ice.
So I go out to eat and I can't order exactly what I want.
You can, and they bring it to you. But I would side eye you too. Like, what?
And they do.
I would too.
And like I've had several people that turn up the nose.
Like, you want ice water and ice.
And then you know what happens?
What happened?
I only get a glass of ice water.
Well, that's because that's all you really need. I
like ice water.
So okay, why do you need ice water and a glass of ice?
Well, when I drink my ice water, I really like for my glass to be full of ice. I used to say, give me put the ice in first and then put the water in. And see, I know when they don't do that. Because the ice comes out melted and it's just that small little up at the top. See, the listeners that are out there right now, they understand what I'm talking about.
The listeners that are out there are saying you should just eat at home. Because if you have all of this that needs to be done just for a glass of water, you should just stay home. Like, it's just too much. It's too much.
I don't try to cause no problems. I just want my ice water. That's all.
Another weird habit that I have is that I have to put my socks on starting with my right foot. Like if I'm getting dressed and then I'm hurrying up and I put on the left sock first, I'm not gonna lie, I have to take that left sock off and start again and put it on with my, I don't know why. I gotta put my socks on. Look at here, I don't have bunions. I just have to put my right sock on first. It's my thing. So I don't know.
Thing that's sticking out the left side of your foot. That
it's not no bunion. I don't even know what you were talking about. Do not give people that false impression that I have bunions, because that is patently untrue. I do not have bunions.
I am so glad that I've never seen your feet. And,
well, then good. That means you would. If I had a bunion, you would see it through my shoes, and you gotta admit, my shoes are always awesome.
The distraction.
Go ahead and admit my shoes are always awesome.
Now, one of the things that I like people, when they say Friday the 13th, like, ooh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See, I can appreciate Friday the 13th.
Oh, wow.
See, I was born on Friday the 13th.
Oh, everything is coming together now. It makes all the sense in the world now. You know what? If you'd have told me that years ago, it probably would have negated a lot of fights we had, because I would have just said, he was born on Friday the 13th.
Well, I don't know, but life's just been grand. So Friday the 13th,
for you?
every time it comes around, I just celebrate.
That makes so much sense. Wow, Friday the 13th. I'm not. Friday the 13th gives me the heebie-jeebies, and sometimes you do too. Well.
Yes. Moving on.
What other weird habits or superstitions do you have? I know you have some because I have seen you do them.
I mean, I have certain habits that the way I do things. When I brush my teeth, I mean, there's a pattern in which I do that in.
And you don't deviate?
Don't deviate. I spend some time on the left side first with my teeth closed and circling around.
I don't know if we need the specifics.
And then I move to the middle.
We just know you have
I'm circling around.
Pattern.
And then I open up and I go to the right side.
Listening.
And as I am maneuvering the toothbrush throughout, make sure that I get up in the gums also.
Great dental hygiene. Great, thank you.
Just methodical way up that habitual way that I brush my teeth.
Us. We're gonna move on. So my sister had this habit when we were little. So my parents, my dad particularly, is from North Carolina. So for the summers, we would go to North Carolina and spend time with the family. And my sister would eat like dirt. And I just thought she was greedy. And I was like, why? But then I learned later that is a thing, like red clay or mica or something, that there are a lot of people who get into that habit and they eat that. That's so weird to me.
Yeah, I learned that back when I was when I first got out of college. I oversee the day camp and had this lady that I worked with, and she shared that about red clay.
Yeah.
And so I tasted some red clay.
What? So that's where you got your teeth brushing technique from, because you're out here eating dirt? I understand now. It is all coming together. It is so coming together.
Yeah. But, those are just some things. I mean, going back to Friday the 13th, there are 17 million people, they say, that fear Friday the 13th.
I'm not going to lie. Friday the 13th, I'm a little nervous, but I just try to keep myself so busy on those days that I don't constantly think about it. Because I don't know, some of that could be self-perpetuating. If you just think bad things are going to happen and you focus on it, and that's the only thing you really remember from that day was the bad stuff that happened, as opposed to, the good. So I might be one of those people.
Are you one of those people that have a habit of really if nobody's around? I don't know why. It's in the bathroom. I see myself in the mirror and I just start breaking out in the song.
No.
No,
I don't have that habit.
And that sounds good too.
I doubt it. You probably should stop too. Well, you know what? If it's just you, then that's on you. But do not do that when other people are around. I will say that I talk to myself. I practice conversations in my car. Like if I'm on my way to a meeting or if I'm on my way to go speak with someone, I practice the conversations in my car.
So what's the habit though that you bring into the workplace that you have at home? And it spills over.
Let's see. You know what? I'm pretty methodical. Like I always start my day the same way. Like as soon as I get in, I put everything down and I walk around the entire branch. Like if I have to come in and go straight on a conference call or get straight to something, I feel thrown off all day because I didn't start my day right. But if I come in, I put my stuff down, I take the walk, I walk around, and then I go back to my office, it feels like the day flows much better for me. And now I notice that there are other staff that come in that as soon as they come in, they may go and put their stuff down, but then they kind of take that walk around, talk to people, look at stuff, and then they kind of ease into their day. I can't just go straight in, and I don't know, it feels kind of weird to me.
I know for meetings, for our staff meetings, my first 5, maybe up to 15 minutes is just chit chatting.
Yeah.
Just so that we can, just relax in the atmosphere and go into, whatever topics that we have to, talk about.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody's going in much more relaxed. So,
Yeah.
How was the weekend? What was the funniest thing that happened to you? If it's, after Christmas, what's that unique gift? But just trying to just to get to know people, but I try to consistently have that time in there so that we can break down this, whole seriousness of what maybe the meeting, is all about.
Yeah. Organizational habits. That's a really good question. We'd have to think about what some of our organizational habits are, like some things that we always do everywhere. I know for the Y, the side hug. Right? Like that's an organizational habit. Like It doesn't matter what Y you go to across the country or even locally, everybody understands and gets and uses the side hug.
Now we understand. We some hugging folks.
Yeah, we some huggers. Yeah, that's true. We're huggers.
We love to have that.
And it's amazing when you go and you meet people from other places and your first inclination is to go hug and they look at you like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Why you? So it's like, oh, my bad. You don't work for the Y. You don't get the hug phenomenon.
And only a few people out there to do it. But you know what? Some of you listeners out there, you guys may have some weird habits that you have. We would love to hear about those things. So why don't you check us out on ymcadallas.org/cosnetic. Share some of those up there. You can even write it or leave us a voice message up there. But thank you for listening to Cosnetic,
where our conversations are global,
globally minded, and locally focused.
And as always,
stay dynamic,
stay energized,
stay Cosnetic.